Let me just share the site first, because I just wanted, like, just for a minute, I just wanted to get your feedback on it actually, because there was you said something about you didn't like. So this is the
That's my personal preference, though, dude. Like, I
okay,
think what you've done is really lovely with that kind of interactive background. I'm just a minimalist in the sense that
okay,
like I said to you before, when you had just that cursor action
yeah,
going,
yeah,
I didn't think you needed the shapes.
okay. So you can configure it. I should just make it so that like you can save it to your you can save it so then you don't get you can get the shape opacity down. Get the mesh opacity down. You can
Yeah,
go real minimal if you want.
yeah,
This
and
could be
I
your
did.
side if you want.
I played with all the levers to bring that like to
Okay. All right.
yeah, yeah. So that's what
Yeah.
that was just my own personal opinion. There's nothing wrong with
Okay.
it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I wanted to have it make like a game so people like it actually worked because like a lot like the time on the site is a lot higher now.
Yeah,
So people stay for 4 minutes on average on the site, where
yeah,
people were just bouncing before like in 20 seconds. Yeah.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
definitely, it's a great feature. But that like, yeah, don't take that as a criticism, dude. That was just my own personal,
Okay, yeah,
you
fair
know.
enough. Everyone,
It's really
yeah,
nice.
it's no, but I can respect your opinion. Yeah, a lot of people said that. I dialed it down a bit. It was a little bit more than it was at the moment. It's just yeah, it's
Yeah,
just there's a few shapes and yeah, especially on mobiles a bit too much. So I made it a little bit different. Yeah.
yeah, nice.
Okay, okay. Thanks for that. Um, so this is Junabase. Yeah, feel free to jump in if you have any opinions or questions. So you can log in with Apple or Google. I just log in with Google. I use my personal account, so this is the user experience, and there's like an admin experience as well. So these are just some projects, test projects, and some client projects as well.
Yeah,
Um,
make
there, so this is the list of projects. We can have a look at some later, but we'll do a new one just so you get the feel. So you just hit new project, and then it's a chat interface. People are familiar with this. So first question is like, what do you want to build? Give me a short description. We can chat about it. So we started off with landing pages actually, which you might be more interested in, but we pivoted to doing full stack apps because we just realized the models could do it. And landing pages, as you know, require a lot more so it's full stack apps. You just kind of like describe what you want and it does it and you just follow a design system. There's a little bit of creativity to it, but less so. It's more procedural. So that's why we switched to that. It was a lot of work on my part. So we did a landing page and it took me so long to like just to figure out what to put on it, and then coding up took a lot less time with AI. But yeah, it took me a long time
Can
to
I ask a really silly question or a
yeah.
basic question? Is the output code that we then implement into whatever we do, or is it actually built on Junabase? And so, for example, if we build a site or we build an app, the client
Yeah.
would need a Junabase account and login.
Yeah, we're debating that at the moment. So we there's two options. One is you get the source code, or you just host with
Hmm.
Junabase. So its output is code,
Right.
but you can host with Junabase. Um,
Hmm.
you when you host with Junabase, it's much cheaper than anywhere else because everything is written in C. If that makes any difference, it's like the fastest language you can use. And the client libraries are written in C, and then the Swift is a thin wrapper around that. The Android Kotlin is a thin wrapper just for the UI, and same with the web components. They're
Yeah.
just a thin wrapper around Wasm, which is like a compiled C for web. Um, even the landing page that we have is in C and Wasm. That's why it's performant. Use the GPU for rendering.
Yeah.
So
The
that's
reason,
what the
the
output
reason,
is.
the reason
Yeah.
I ask is we are a Squarespace reseller or Squarespace affiliate partner. So
Okay.
a lot of our clients who come to us are startups that just need a digital presence. So
Yeah.
they will require effectively like a glorified landing page with maybe a contact page and an about us. That's that's pretty much, I'd
Probably
say.
not what Junabase is for, right? Like you
No,
probably
no,
be,
completely. But
yeah.
I think what we're thinking is if they do if we talk about creating apps for our clients and they want
Yeah.
similar, just say we develop the app in Junabase but they want the digital experience to be kind of mirrored, it would
Yeah.
make a lot more sense if we could do them all in the one under the one roof, rather than trying
Yeah.
to recreate what we've done on Junabase in Squarespace. And if we've got code then that would help at least get us a part of the way.
Yeah, yeah, you can get the design files off. So that I'll show you if we do run through it, you get design files.
Yeah.
And then so you can take that design
So
specification and
can
use
I
it.
can I give you a fake brief to
Yeah,
test?
do it.
So
Yeah, I was going to
we've got
expect that actually.
a cleaning company that basically has like a team of 4 or 5 cleaners that do
Okay.
um, residential house cleaning.
Yeah.
And they want to be able to have like a booking feature so you can see
Okay.
availability and booking. And then,
Okay.
yeah, it's pretty straightforward in that sense, you know?
Okay. So I'll say a cleaning app for a company that has we can just say cleaners and they want uh, customers to be able to book a cleaner at a particular time and location, right?
Would you say, Frank, one-off cleaning or regular clean, like a
Like
regular?
regular, I would say it would be more regular, and potentially in the there's also if we is there functionality to add in something like, when you do like a deep clean for like a end of
Yeah.
tenancy kind of clean, like a so there'll be like a categories of like regular, weekly, or
Okay.
fortnightly
Yeah, we can
cleaning.
add that. Yeah. It will ask you questions, but yeah,
Yeah.
there is categories
Mm.
of cleaning services such as regular. Did you say one-off as well?
I'd say what would you call it? So it's like, yeah, one-off
Yeah,
deep
lease, end of
Least,
lease, right? End
end
least.
of
of
lease.
lease, end of lease, and then deep clean, I guess as well.
Yeah, I
Maybe like
suppose there'll be
etc.
price. Yeah, there'll be price adjustments for each of those tiers.
Yep, and each would have a different price.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like
So
that. We can start with this.
one
So
other,
what will happen is it will start asking you questions. So you don't have to be so particular at the beginning.
sure.
Um, so it will ask you whatever is it acts like a product manager, right? Like it will ask you the questions that you would expect like a good agency to ask you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is for a single cleaning company. Who are the main users? I'm thinking customers, cleaners, admins. Yep, that's right. So it just asks you a bunch of questions. I mean, this cleaning company could sell this software to someone else as well as a future update, right? Other cleaning
Well, this is what
companies.
we kind of see it as if we can white label Junabase
Yeah,
and develop the apps the for our clients,
yeah,
basically on the Junabase platform, not sort of white labeling it as Pink Tank, but the actual service itself.
yeah,
That would be a really good fit for us.
yeah. I see. It'll probably be more like Squarespace. So like it'll be hard to white label this, and but
Of course.
you could definitely have a client portal or something like that. We need to add all those features still because at the moment it's just one account.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can have like handoff and things like that, just like
Yeah.
Framer and that has so you can build the site and then hand it off to the customer, to your
Yeah.
client. Yeah, I think that's a
In,
good
in
feature.
at this point, Schutz, would you put budget in?
Budget.
As in, like, if you've got like, oh, levers to go, like, I want to spend a maximum of whatever, what
Oh,
we
you
have.
mean for cleaning?
Yeah, this because you're saying is there anything else we need to specify when booking?
You can get the quote and then adjust it as well. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. Oh, you mean for the cleaning app, right? Like, or
Yeah,
do you
I'm
mean
just
for the
thinking of the
bill
app, like maybe, when it's, like you got cleaning category, date and time, location, address, property size. I think these are all good. And maybe the only other thing I'd probably say is maybe budget, or no, you don't reckon?
budget?
No, it's
Yeah,
not budget. It's because the rate is the rate, but it's more the
yeah.
if they have any special needs around their
Okay.
house, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
Like
I'm just
special
thinking,
requests, right?
special
yeah.
requests. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or what about
Okay.
equipment and stuff like that? Is there a
Yeah.
on-off
Do you want us to
on-off
provide
switch that says
equipment?
we provide the equipment and cleaning
Okay.
products versus
Yeah.
they bring it themselves?
Yeah. Customer can make special requests. Customer can decide if they provide cleaning products
Yep.
and equipment
I want them
or
to be. Yeah.
or provided by company.
Mm.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it just like re-clarifies that, and then how does a cleaner get assigned to the job? Does the admin manually assign cleaners, or should the system auto assign them based on availability, or can customers choose a preferred cleaner? Probably all three, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Apparently, we're giving up the design agency to run a cleaning company. Good.
Next,
Where did this brief come from?
It was.
how,
I'm in talks to do some lecturing at a university, and that was one of the briefs they gave their design students. So it was fresh
yeah,
in mind. Yeah.
how does payments work through the app?
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Prepayment through the app.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, they can make recurring,
I,
right? Yeah,
I think that's a good question. I think they should be able to do like a monthly thing if they're
yeah.
recurring. Yeah, that's a good feature. Oh, is that controllable though? Would you would rate?
I don't know if you want ratings, right? Single company, right?
Yeah, probably not
Maybe
rate.
maybe
Yeah.
just feedback, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
customer can provide
provide feedback.
provide feedback on the cleaner, but it only goes to admin. Probably something
Yeah,
like that, right? Yeah.
yeah.
I nearly started a cleaning company in San Francisco.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was thinking about doing it. Yeah, on demand cleaning. Yeah.
It's worth it, dude. If I got a
Nah, it's
mate
not.
who,
It's a hard business, very
well, I
operational.
suppose I have a very good friend who was in IT and doing really well. Started
Yeah.
a corporate cleaning business, and now,
Okay. Corporate cleaning's better. Corporate
yeah,
cleaning's better. More
abs-
margin. Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay, so smart. Use a private feedback system, so not public reviews, only admins see it. Now, what cleaners do in the app? I think it's like view the schedule, accept decline, mark a job as complete, view job details. Anything
Do we
else?
do we have them log in the time they start versus? I mean, the
Yeah,
job would have
cleaners
to
check in. Yeah,
way.
cleaners check in when they start, and customer gets a notification. Do you want them to provide photos at the end of the job?
Probably, I don't know. No, not photos, but at least a notification when they're done. Because
Yeah,
sometimes we
okay.
will have the cleaner leave. Sorry,
Yeah,
we'll leave before they're finished.
yep. Cleaners um, mark when done, or if they have, what about chat? Please mark when done. Customer is notified. Um, Chat between cleaner and customer. So if they have a question, I guess, yeah, I can just chat directly. Yeah. Okay. Anything else you can think of?
I think that's fine for now. What about recruiting? Should the app have the option to recruit cleaners?
No, because the clean. I mean, whether this
Yeah,
is
they already
a
have cleaners, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, the app is this an app, Frank, that you're saying that it's like the interface between the cleaner and the so like the cleaner
I'm just
views a
wondering if it's
different
like
has a
if
different
there's a,
view.
if there's. I'm just wondering if there's like a tiny little button that says, no, someone who wants to join the team. Click here to,
I
you know what I mean?
see. Yeah. So people can request to join the company, but that's more like a marketplace, right?
True.
That'd be a different app.
Yeah.
I think you just do the recruiting off the app and then you just add
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Make it simple. Yeah. You could do a marketplace that's going to be more complicated, a bigger build.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough.
That could be a next step. Yeah.
Anything else the admin needs? Reporting analytics? Not really.
Something like,
Promotion servicing.
I think
Um, I suppose the only thing is, yeah, I mean, you'd have basic analytics in terms of how many jobs a cleaner has done.
yeah.
I don't think you need anything else, do you? No, that's fine.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah, so now it should start generating the overview spec. Yeah, so this we won't go through this in detail. We can if yeah if you we can do it again. But yeah, I'll just show you what it looks like. So this is basically all the features, and it's just an overview. So this is like the first document you see, and it tells you like what notifications there are, what platforms, and so I'll just hit approve for now, and then so we'll get through. Yeah. Then it's going to do flows, which is basically step by step. So, like log in, what the flow is for a cleaner who checks in.
Yeah, cool. And what are those outputs of those flows? Are they like um,
They're
PDFs or
MD files.
yeah,
They can be PDFs or they're just MD files at the moment. You can't download them. So at the moment, we're thinking about having a feature where you can download all the specification files for like, I don't know, $10 or something like that. If you just want to take it and go to an agency.
it's more for like how do we share this with the client for a stage by stage approach, right?
Yeah, I think this. Yeah, I think I need to add that feature where you can add a client to a project,
Yeah.
share a project with a client, and
Hmm.
then they can come and check it. At the moment, the app is not even out, so this is the only way
Yeah,
you can.
fair.
Yeah, or you can do what I'm doing. You can do it like over Zoom or something like that and just show them. But yeah, it's probably easier to let them have a look at it. Yeah. I mean, if you had like an enterprise account, I could just make it so you can download it as well. Like you got a
Yeah,
special
or even
account.
like wireframes that we can at least, share.
Yeah, so the wireframes are tricky because it's quite expensive to generate wireframes. So we just generate the app. I'll show you what it looks like. But these are user flows, but you can see kind of like it's step by step for each like chat with cleaner or whatever. So I just
Yeah,
approve that
let's
as
just
well.
approve it now because I think it's good, like
Yeah, and this is probably what you're interested in is like how to design it. Just so we have some built-in templates. There's
yeah,
about 40 of them, so you can
yeah.
pick so you can pick one of those, or you can also you can enter a URL. So do you already have the name of the cleaning company in mind?
No, no, this is just a made up one, but
Ah, this is
yeah,
a made up one. Okay,
yeah.
so yeah, so you can put in a URL. So if you have, I can put your site in. Maybe
Yeah,
I
if you
can
want, you just put
yeah, I can
pinktank.com.au.
pull your colors in. That's nice yellow. Might pull that yellow. So let's have a look how good a job it does. It's a bit creative, your site, but yeah, it works better if it's there's like kind of call to action buttons and stuff like that. So let's just see what it does. So it starts analyzing the website for colors. It's a bit of a new feature, so I haven't tried it on a lot of websites.
For other fonts or Google fonts?
Yeah, they're just Google, there's free fonts at the moment. We need a way to upload other fonts.
Yeah,
Um,
because I was going to say some clients will want to have use their brand fonts and all that, but then
yeah,
there's
I think
licensing.
that's been a feature request that I've had.
Yeah,
So I don't know if this is correct or not for you, but it said that um, Pink Thinker Design Studio minimal portfolio aesthetic, um, dark text on background. I mean, this hasn't done a great job, right? Because I don't see the yellow at all. That's probably
no,
what is that?
and the thing is just picking up the word pink and applying
Yeah,
pink because we don't actually have any pink in our brand. So
yeah. So
it's
that's a bit hard. So maybe I could try a different one because I don't think you have a lot of buttons or anything like that, so it hasn't really
no,
picked it up. But you can. We're gonna have a feature where you can upload like a brand kit, and then it just picks it up
yeah,
as well.
that's great. That would be great.
Yeah. So if you, but you can go in and you can find whatever,
Yeah, I
and
was going to
then
say you can go back at any point to the
you
previous.
can select it. Yeah.
Yeah, and
You
then
can go
can you go to the
select.
typography tab? Sorry, mate.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. So it's
So
just
you
got
can.
three fonts at the moment. So you got a
Yeah,
sans, a serif, and a mono.
yeah.
So you can change it. They're just all free fonts at the moment. But yeah, I think that we need to support user uploaded
Is
fonts.
that pulling from like Google Fonts?
Yeah, it's pulling from Google Fonts. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it updates in real time, so you can see all
The,
these
the
things.
reason I ask is that we for a lot of our clients with smaller budgets, we steer them towards Google Fonts because of the
Okay.
licensing thing. So
Yeah, you have to
it's
pay
good to
for it.
know that
Yeah.
if it's pulling from
Okay.
there, that's good. And then what's the other tab?
So this is like radius
Oh, yeah,
spacing.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's like shadow and stuff like that. And then I'll pick a I'll pick a bit of one. Let me pick something that's a bit more creative. Maybe let's have a look. Retro arcade maybe. Yeah, this one is a
yeah,
bit got a little bit
yeah.
of oops, got a bit of bug there, just refreshed. But yeah, you can see like the components and stuff and the login buttons and Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'll just confirm that.
Yeah.
Any questions?
No, so it's great so far, mate.
So then it designs. It says designing screens, but it's actually designing the spec for the screens. So it does it component by component, gives you a component list, and for each screen, all the states and everything like that. So just to answer your question about the screen, the wireframes, it was more expensive to generate wireframes. So I just said pay 30% up front, and you get like the real app in
Yeah.
staging.
Yeah.
And then that was the same cost as like generating wireframes. So
Yeah.
just and then so it's like you get a real app, you can play with it, you can make changes for 7 days, you can change the colors, you can change the functionality. If there's this minor bug, you can fix that as well.
Yeah. And in the instance for a client like us, we would control all that. We wouldn't actually allow the client to do that because we would, you know, I mean, they could
They
sort of
could
muck
have a
around.
look at the app and give you feedback, right? Like they might
Yeah.
see something. It's just like the same way you're sharing a screen. You get so say if this is like I don't know pink cleaner or something like that. Pink clean, pink clean dot dev juna-staging.com. You
Yeah.
get like a staging link, and then you get
Yeah.
like the Android APK and the iOS test flight.
Yeah.
It's taking a bit of time, but yeah, this would be a big document. But you can see you can browse all the documents here. So for an account like yours, if you had like a proper enterprise account, I'll make it so you can download these so you can share it and look at it
Yeah.
offline as well.
And it's both Android and iOS, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I've had a couple of people talking to a couple of people like you guys where it's a creative agency and they want to get have a bit more of a soft service tool for that
Mm.
for them. Um, yeah, so you can kind of see these are all the components it's going to output, and then it gives you the state for each one. So default loading error, validation error. So this is more like pseudocode, really. It's you don't really have to look at it unless you're really particular about something.
No, I think for
Yeah,
us, it's more about
seeing
speed and
it, right?
efficiency. Yeah.
Yeah, probably the design of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for that app, this is your total. So this is in USD, um, and then you pay 30% up front, and then you get the staging link, and then once you pay the full amount, you get the production apps, and then it's $100 a month starting for hosting.
Yeah. And in terms of like, so for us, before we do any project, we'll quote them up.
Yeah.
And so how are we going to know like every client will want to know what's going to cost before they engage with us, right? Or at least ballpark.
Yeah, so you could just do this. Yeah, so if you charge them, this is free, so you can do this for free. If you want to charge them like something to do this with them, or you can get them to do it themselves if they want, and then it's up to you how you want to structure that.
I suppose for us, it's a question of let's just say the client has a budget of 2,000, like, hypothetically,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah,
if we go back to them and say it's going to be close to four with 100 a month,
yeah.
they might turn around and be like, well, actually, we only have a very small budget, so we can't do that, right?
You can
Hypothetically,
cut some features. You can cut some features and then respec it,
I don't
right?
know. I'm just talking about the process. Like for us to go
Oh,
through
right.
everything now, it
Yeah,
would we would do that only when the client has sort of like agreed the fee.
yeah, right.
So is that
You
is
don't
that
want to go through the
it's
spec.
is
Yeah,
there
I
a
see.
break point or anything like that? Is there sort of break points where it's like a certain app will be this 3,940, the next stage up will be 6,000? Was it?
Yeah,
Is it?
you get a sense of it yourself. Like I can predict that myself. I knew as soon
Mm,
as you said it how much it would be because I've done so
right.
many of them. So
Yeah.
after you do a few, you'll understand.
Okay.
Yeah, if you have like if you look at this, so you have 16 flows. So what we do is just look at the number of flows, number of specifications, number of states and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the more you have, the harder, the more complicated the app is. If you're just
Yeah.
doing like a Torchlight app and it's got one screen, it's going to just be the base rate, which is like around 500 to 1,000,
Yeah.
and it can go up to like, yeah, if you want to build like the next Uber, then it can go up to like 10K or more. Yeah,
Yeah. So I think for us, then the process will be different. We'd have to almost build it through Junabase, get the price, then go back to the client and say, this is my
Yeah, I think you have to do that. Like you saw, it took about 20 minutes, so you'll have to
yeah,
forfeit that
20,
20
20
minutes. You
minutes.
can do it very quickly, like we did, um, and then go back to the client, do a new project, and really dig in after they've paid you that initial fee to do the specification for them.
Yeah.
So is it every sort of, say we get to this point and then we go back to them and then they say, actually, I want to include this feature or that feature, or I want to take this feature. Does the price just changes based on features? Is that how it's priced up
You
or?
get 7 days to make some minor changes. So the idea is you put everything as much as possible up front,
Yeah.
because it's a lot cheaper just to do it up front. Minor changes are cheap, but then there'll be a cap on how many changes you can make. Like if you want just like, hey, that button should be next to that button, that's fine. If you want like, oh, now it's a marketplace, we'll be like, oh no, sorry,
Yeah.
that's a massive change. Yeah.
No, if the proposition, like we're currently working with a client who's building his own app, but he's gone from having a, voice feature to not having it anymore, or
Okay.
to, you know, like those sorts of, they're quite big in function that, and it changes the proposition, but really the flow is the same, if that makes sense. So
Okay.
like those are the things, and he only knew that he needed to do that because once he went to the commercials and started putting it up on Apple store and everything, that he realized that it was going to cost him too much, so he pulled it out. And like that, so that's, I imagine with a web build it's even more so complex than a website, because you kind of need to balance the cost of the features versus what you can actually charge people for it.
I'm wondering if
Yeah.
there's like an estimate can be generated earlier in the process, maybe
Yeah, it's a
before.
bit hard to do it because we need the states and everything like that.
Yeah, I understand.
Otherwise, we won't have to give you a good estimate, right? Like, I think you in your head you'll know. Like, if you did a marketplace app, it probably would have been like 5 or 6K
Yeah,
because it's got those extra features.
Mm.
But you could this is free, right? So you could just like do a few of these so you have in your head
yeah.
approximately how it's going to cost. So if the
Mm.
client says it's 2K and you're like, okay, tell me what it is, then you could just like after you've done a few like how much it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I was going to say it's also 20 minutes, right? It took us to get
yeah,
through get to
yeah.
this. So
You
it's
could
not
you could do it
really.
as $100 consult or something like that
Yeah,
with them.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
most people pay that and then I could make it so you could download the spec doc so they could take it away as well. So for $100 they get spec docs, and maybe I'll charge you a small amount. I can have a look at how much that actually cost. So let me just show the admin panel. Yeah, this.
but mate, honestly, great work, dude.
Oh,
Like
thanks.
really, really seamless, really lovely, really easy.
Let me just I won't log out because it's the same login process, but you can have a look at these. Some of the so it also named it Clean Book. I don't
Yeah,
know why.
that's
Clean Book.
cool.
But you can name it whatever you want. So I get the same view that you have, and I can talk to it as well. So I can talk to you, but I have the buttons to download it. And then that costs $2. So I don't mind if you go do like 10 of those, no big deal.
Yeah,
If you're doing like 100 of them, then maybe I'm gonna be like, hey Frank, like
yeah, yeah,
you're on an enterprise account now, so you got to
yeah.
pay me something a month, right? And you got clients and stuff like that. So yeah, maybe I'll have a word to you if you do more than like 100 or
And
something like
what
that.
is pricing? What are you thinking about in terms of pricing for an agency like us? You know, who I
Yeah,
would
I can give
say.
you. Yeah, so go ahead.
I was going to say, project wise, it wouldn't be many until like a lot of our clients won't have the need for an app, and then there are going to be some that actually will benefit massively from having it. Um, so I don't know in terms of volume how many would be doing for
Yeah,
like.
we can always just do one or two, and then we have a conversation if you want a discount, and then I can do kind of like a bulk discount because at the moment, if we have a business partner that gives us a job, we give them 20%. So, I mean, if you're doing like 10 a month or something like that, I'm happy to give you like some type of discount on that.
Yeah. Well,
What's the tech support for for a client post
Um,
launch?
yeah, so that's a good question. So
Is
if
that
the site goes down or something
right
like
now?
that, so if you host, so we're deciding whether initially you could download it yourself and host it yourself. Um, But yeah, we decided not we're going to lean away from that a little bit unless it's a very specific case, and we're going to charge a lot more for that. Because what if you just download the code, you could just take that away and build your own version of Junabase. And so we want to stop people from doing that. So for the normal user, they probably prefer the hosted version. And then, so it's just like Frame or something, you have to host it with them. But if you really want the code, it will be a special agreement. What the agreement will be that you can't compete with us directly. So you can't create your own Junabase using the code. But you can, take the code, host it yourself, do whatever you want. But it'll be we need to get lawyers involved to get the right agreement for that.
Yeah, fair enough. I think more for us, it's kind of like if something was to go wrong or something was to go down or functionality wasn't there.
Yeah, we'll support that for sure. Yeah. If it's something that's like the fault of us, yeah, for sure we'll support that. Because if you're paying
Oh,
for the
even
hosting,
fault aside, like for us, it's more important that the client gets back to running. So like it's
yeah,
kind of one of those things where we would need that support. Like at the moment, how we with any site that we do, if we could sort of we got ourselves and a network of partners that could sort of get a client back up and running within an hour. Like
yeah,
any problem, we'd almost need that level of support. Like if the app was to go down for that cleaning business, hypothetically, we couldn't potentially have it for more than a couple of hours. So it
yeah,
would have to be rectified pretty quickly.
yeah. I mean, we have a lot of yeah, like we the architecture is such that there's redundancy built in, right? Like, so if you just went to an agency, they probably wouldn't have that redundancy. Like we'll have backup servers. If one of the servers goes down,
Yeah.
like we'll do backups of the database and stuff like that, so we can always restore.
Mm.
So yeah, we'll have a bit more because this is for a serious business and you're paying a higher price point.
Yeah.
So we'll have more service than, and it's going to be a lot cheaper than hiring your own engineers, right?
Absolutely.
Like or your own DevOps. Yeah. So
Yeah.
100 is just kind of like the starting point. But yeah, if your business is doing well and you need to scale up and you need special support and stuff, we might have different plans for that. But we
Yeah.
just haven't got to that stage yet of deciding all that.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Well, mate, it looks fantastic and look sort of really seamless the way you've done it. I think for us it'll be a case of I've got in my head a handful of clients that could benefit from having their app alongside a website. Um, One of the things we might look at is creating non-traditional things like do we created for one of our clients, for example, they're a e-com business. Uh, D2C side of it is pretty much done on the website, but they will definitely want a stockist and distributors login.
Okay. Yeah, you
You know,
can add anything you want.
you know
Yeah. So more roles and states
yeah,
and like
exactly right. Like
it's gonna be more
functional.
expensive.
Yeah. So, for example, they will probably want their distributors to have an app where they can log in, see their sales, do all that stuff offline.
Okay.
Sorry, outside of the website because the website is
Okay.
quite limited in terms of the e-com
So they
side
want an app for that as well.
potentially. So that's where I see it
Yeah.
more aligning. So I think what we'll do is now that we've had this demo, it's really great. I think what we can do is figure out the projects that we feel, and then maybe
Okay.
project by project we'll lean in and go like, hey, we're thinking of this. In the meantime, if you have like a pricing around a business our size, what we
Yeah.
do again, volume wise, it's hard to tell right now because we haven't had the capability, we haven't really sought this kind of work out.
Yeah.
Uh, Now that we can at least see it with clients to go,
Yeah.
hey, this is something that we can offer you. This is something that might be an option rather than previously saying no, like, um, so I
So
think
it increases your capability, right? Like you can offer
absolutely,
this, yeah. And you can get
absolutely.
in there, design it, and you can, you know, put your branding on it and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. I mean, I like without being funny, like I actually see this as being something that we can offer as Pink Tank, powered by
Yeah.
Junabase, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. So it's not sort of completely white labeled, but the idea of going,
Yeah.
hey, this is something that we offer you guys, and we package that service
Yeah.
as part of our offering now. And again, like I said, it's always going to have Junabase in there, powered by that, so they know. But yeah, I think it makes
From
sense.
from your perspective, what would be the strongest use case for, as for us to pitch in with
Yeah,
clients, like as a starting point, noting that we won't want to come and start like our first project to be a really, really complex app.
yeah,
So what would you say would be like a good
yeah. I think like I think complex app is okay. Unless it like if it's just a standard app, like if you need blockchain or you need like LLM functionality or something like that. If it's just a database and you're just like writing values into the database and getting things out and there's buttons, that's easy. You can make it as complex as you want. So yeah, I mean, less complex is easier to test and easier to get right. But yeah, the
it
hard thing
also
is like
builds up
we,
our confidence in selling it in.
yeah,
So I just
exactly,
would like
yeah,
I want to sort of gauge, would you
yeah,
say sort of similar to the example that we put in, a
yeah.
simple
That's a good size app. Yeah, like around that 3 or 4K mark.
mm,
That's US, so it's kind of
like
like 5 to 6.
service-based, subscription type. Um,
Doesn't matter what it does. It's just more
yeah,
like what technology you need for us. Yeah.
yeah,
Like we can
cool.
do payments pretty easily. Like the whole of Junabase was built with Juno. So it's like, that's how we know that it works. That's how we know that it's proved. Because any bugs in Juno get surfaced by Junabase because I run into them.
Yeah,
So yeah. But we probably will do like I'll be very hands on for the first couple of projects, right? Like I'll be the one fixing anything that's wrong. That's what I'm doing for the first couple of projects we have right now. But yeah, as things get more mature, it'll be easy just to say like we know with confidence that there's not going to be a problem.
Mm, cool.
So yeah, that's kind of yeah the first project you do will I'll be there. Like if anything goes wrong, I'll be on the call. Give me a call. I'll give you my number. Don't worry about it. Wake me up
yeah,
at night. Doesn't matter.
that's great. Look, I think thanks for taking us through that, man. Honestly, it was really,
Yeah, thanks
really,
for
really.
reaching out.
I think it's
Cool.
great work as well, by the way, dude. Like, super proud of
Thanks.
everything you've done. But this is great, fantastic, dude. Honestly, like, really, really good. I think what we'll do is project by project. Now that we
Yeah,
know that there's an offering, I think we're going to start trying to see where we can see that with clients, and then go from there.
Okay, sounds great. Yeah,
cool.
I'll
Fantastic.